Scott Zolak was in Miami last night, got back at 6 a.m. this morning in Boston. He is the color commentator on the radio for the Patriots, also has a host on as a radio host on 98.5, the Sports Hub in Boston. Scott, thanks for joining us this morning. What happened last night?
It's funny. I get the call from the Dan Patrick Show. 8 straight wins, no calls coming in from the late game down in Miami. They get their first loss in 9 games, and then all of a sudden Dan Patrick's calling. It's a bad spot for him. People have been asking me all last week. When they had me on, Dan, is this a losable game?
Yeah.
I'm like, of course it's a losable game. Well, how can they lose? Well, you don't have your all-world tight end. You don't have your right tackle. And Dominican Sue basically wants to kill Brady. He's put that out in black and white. That's been a thing for 2 weeks now. It's kind of a weird spot because it's the second time you played the Dolphins in a matter of 3 weeks, and you've got to switch at quarterback. And I've always said this about Jay Cutler. I kind of admire him because of his athletic ability, even though it's just, you watch a game last night, he still can't put a game together for 60 minutes. Mm-hmm. Almost had a couple boneheaded plays again, but he's a streaky thrower. And, they got Brady off his spot last night. That's what you got to do. You got to move him in that pocket and make him feel uncomfortable. And you saw the look on his face. Never seemed to get in any sort of a groove. And, when you disrupt this offense and their timing, they are beatable.
All right, coming off a loss going into Pittsburgh as opposed to coming off a win, how did the Patriots prepare? Belichick's mindset, sort of. Is there any way that this helps them going into Pittsburgh, in your opinion?
I mean, it's hard to believe that they would come out and play the same style that they did last night and replicate that in Pittsburgh, considering the type of personnel they're going to face with Ben and what they have on offense. But historically, I think, Brady's felt pretty good about facing whether it's a Dick LeBeau defense or, you see what Keith Butler's tried to do, and he said they're going to be more aggressive and go after him. You spread Pittsburgh out, and I think Pittsburgh has a difficult time covering tight ends. And the big boy's back this week. He should be well rested after his little incident up in Buffalo. And you turn him loose down there in what is it? It's Heinz Field now, right?
Yes.
I'm a Pittsburgh kid. I'm getting ready to call it Three River Stadium from all the years back then.
How would you sum up, though, this team this year? When you lose Edelman to start, the line a little bit makeshift there, but it just feels like it doesn't matter who Brady has on offense. He somehow makes it work. But where's the defense? Because that was really the big key to start the year.
Well, the big thing is the defense has trended well, especially over the last 6 weeks. The corners are playing better week to week. Gilmore was gaining confidence. Last night was not a good night for the corners. I didn't think Butler competed real well on the outside. Gilmore got cut up in some stuff. They didn't tackle well. Kenyon Drake ran all over them. And it's you don't set the edge. You didn't have Trey Flowers. I'm not making excuses here, but you're down another 5-6 starters last night and facing a division opponent on the road on a Monday night game with a short week, and a lot of people talking about that Pittsburgh game. I'm not saying they looked ahead, but hey, they are a little bit human. And I tell you what, Dan, they're able to run the ball this year with 4 different guys, which is pretty impressive. It doesn't really matter who's in the tackle. Brady sets the protection, but there's only so many hits he can take, at his age, at 40, and I don't think it's 40. I don't think he's showing wear and tear. It's just, you don't have Edelman, you don't have Gronkowski. You're waiting for this kid, Malcolm Mitchell, to come back, and Brandon Cooks was a non-factor last night, again.
He's Scott Zolak, who turns, I think, 50 tomorrow, don't you?
Tomorrow, Dan. That's right.
Wow. It's over.
I'm past you now, right?
Yes.
What are you now, 47?
Yeah. 47 again. I've been 47 for about 10 years now.
You guys still have that basketball court in there so you can work out a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Got a golf simulator. If you want to come in, you want a piece of me, come on in.
How far is that, 2.5 from here?
Yeah, if you leave now, we'll should get here.
Get me out of my show. Give me a simulcast. I'll come down.
We'll get you in by the end of the show. Give me the team that would concern you and the Patriots once you get to the postseason in the AFC.
I was saying this for the last 3 weeks, the way Baltimore was starting to play. Now, the way they didn't finish that game the other night, that's a team that has come in here and just – they're led by Terrell Suggs. I think Dean Pease and his defense, if somehow they get in and win a wild card game and end up coming here divisional round, that's a team that I don't feel comfortable playing. And, hey, we saw the Chargers earlier this year. I like Phillip Rivers. I always have. I think the Chargers have the best defensive front as far as two edge guys that can go and attack the quarterback, and they're pretty physical in the secondary. I think the Chargers and the way they're trending here can be one of those teams you don't want to face divisional round. Chargers and Baltimore are the two teams I would not want to face.
Jacksonville doesn't concern you as much with the quarterbacking situation?
They were here for joint practices this summer. Got a close look at them. They're big. They're physical. I think they're building it the right way. You know, the way Coughlin's doing it. I just I don't know if at this point you can trust Blake Bortles if he had a good week last week against Seattle. I think that was his first big win against a really good opponent. I credit Seattle for what they've been able to do and hang with injuries. But if he could put four of those together, and that's the way he's trending coming in, then it's something to worry about.
But that defense is great.
They are.
And Fournette is great, too. Defense and running the football can usually keep you in games, and it travels well. It's just, Bortles is the X factor here.
Yeah, he is. And that's the one thing. Can you get him not to throw off the back foot? Can you get him to play for 60 minutes? It's like Cutler last night. Cutler almost killed them at the end of that game and almost let him slide back into it. But I don't know. The experience should carry in the playoffs. I mean, you got the quarterback now that's seen it all. Just the coaching matchup. I think Belichick against anybody divisional round, if you get the bye with 2 weeks to prepare, should be checkmark advantage New England.
Scott, thanks for joining us. Early happy birthday there to you, and we'll talk down the road in the postseason. Thank you.
Anytime you need me, Dan. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
And Scott Zolak, former NFL quarterback. He is the Patriots color commentator on radio. Very opinionated, spirited, and also a talk show host in Boston. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.